What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And One Piece chapter 894, which sort of revealed a new form for Luffy. We didn't actually get to see it in this chapter, but we saw Luffy begin his transformation, you know, get the haki tattoos around his eyes and shit, and we get a name for it, which is Gear 4th Snake Man. Now, before I go any further, I want to give a massive shout out to Sean, who actually predicted this way back in September. Like, he tweeted at me, Matt B, Pharaoh, and a couple other YouTubers in this tweet ages ago, literally predicting the name as well as the possibility of this being based around Observation Haki. I'm gonna leave a link to that tweet in the description in case you guys want to go ask him any questions about that. But yeah, massive shout out to him for that. And speaking of this tweet, the image that he used is actually a perfect representation of what I think this form might be like. Luffy making his body far more malleable and unpredictable to allow him to dodge attacks easier and even attack in a wider variety of ways. I also feel like this form will be a lot faster too, seeing as Tankman was a lot slower and a lot more defensive. This one will be faster and a lot more aggressive, as well as being really unpredictable as well. But that's just my take on it. Like, I really want to know why Luffy is so sure that this is going to bring an end to the fight, as well as why he waited all the way until now to use it. I actually think it's really dope to see Katakuri is actually able to manipulate and control his body so similar to how a Logia is able to manipulate theirs, and the fact that he was actually able to regenerate missing limbs in such a way. But I doubt it would work in the same way if he took actual damage though, because then he would literally just be able to regenerate that wound that he gave himself from the trident, and that would defeat the entire purpose of him giving himself that wound in the first place, and it would just contradict everything that happened last chapter. And yeah, I'm getting off topic. The only reason that I could think that Luffy would all of a sudden want to use this new form is because of the improvements in his observation haki over the past couple chapters. Maybe he feels like his haki is now at a level where this form is actually able to take full effect, similar to how he used Tankman after eating a bunch of biscuits, because he was then able to use Tankman to its full effect. I know the examples don't exactly match up, but I'm sure you get what I'm trying to say. I like how both Luffy and Katakuri can sense that this fight is coming to an end. Like, they both understand that after this new form, one of them will be victorious, and they both seem to have accepted that. The dialogue between them at the end of this chapter kind of conveyed that. There were a lot of things that I really liked about the fight in this chapter. The first being the Rayleigh flashback, revealing that Luffy being able to sense the feelings of animals and the feelings of people when they attack him and stuff like that is all part of observation haki. I also do think it is somewhat related to the voice of all things, but I could be wrong about that. We also found out that Luffy actually knew about the possibilities of future sight from before countering Katakuri. Rayleigh actually told him about it during the time skip, so he knew of its existence, but since Rayleigh only taught him the basics, he never really got a chance to learn it. But yeah, the rest of this chapter was pretty much jumping from party to party. We see Big Mom even skinnier than before. We see Smoothie and Co chasing down the Straw Hats, and Smoothie growing to giant-like sizes somehow. We also get to finally see Commander Snack, who we've all been hoping to see since it was revealed that he was defeated by a Rouge, and it turns out that he's got a bounty of 600 million, which is even higher than Luffy's is currently. His character in particular, I'm actually really interested to learn more about. I really do want to see him do something, not only to gauge his strength level, but to see what kind of strength level Rouge was at by taking him down. So yeah, I do quickly want to talk about the Big Mom situation as well, and something that Chiffon said. So instead of stopping off at Liquor Island, Chiffon said that they need to keep on sailing to Puff's Island, just to make sure that Big Mom is far enough away that she can't continue to chase the Straw Hats afterwards. Now, her saying this completely contradicts everything that she's been saying up until now. Like, even if she doesn't 100% believe that the cake will knock out Big Mom, she was extremely confident before that after feeding Big Mom this cake, she'll leave the Straw Hats alone and let them leave the island. Regardless of whether it knocked her out or not, she thought Big Mom would just let them leave. But now all of a sudden she's done a complete 180, saying that she needs to get Big Mom far enough away, because if it doesn't knock her out, she'll catch up to the Straw Hats before they manage to leave. So I just find it kind of weird how she completely changed her mind like that, even though the situation is pretty much exactly the same as it was when she first stated that Big Mom would let them leave. So yeah, that's kind of weird. But yeah, overall I think this was a decent chapter. I like the fact that we covered so much and passed so much time, as well as getting some more information about observation. We got to see more hints as to what Smoothie might be like during combat and what her abilities allow her to do. We got to see Snack and a bunch of other really dope looking family members. I just hope that we actually get to see them do something and that they're not just being introduced for the sake of being introduced. And then we also got the reveal of Luffy's new form, so overall it was a pretty eventful chapter. But I do want to know what you guys thought about it though. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? And how do you feel about the new tone for the Luffy versus Katakuri fight? Because ever since Katakuri recognized Luffy and saw him as an equal in the last chapter, this whole fight has started to feel a lot less desperate to me. Like there doesn't seem to be as much urgency in it anymore. But let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna have more videos on the way discussing the chapter. Hopefully I can get a discussion going with a couple other people, because I do want to hear what other people have to say about this chapter. But yeah, like the video if you did and subscribe if you haven't already for more of that One Piece content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. One.